Every year, $350 billion is spent on digital advertising in the US alone, and 50% is wasted. It's like the old Mad Men adage, half my ads work, I just don't know which half. This waste is multifaceted, but it's largely that marketers, and especially creatives, are making decisions with guesswork rather than based on data. Now they want to make data-driven decisions, they just don't have the time or the resources. I experienced this firsthand, working in this space for over a decade with brands like Team USA during the Rio Olympics, Dolby Digital, and countless others. And this really frustrated me. You'd often hear things like, let's try this headline and see what happens. Right? It sounds crazy, but it's true. So this is what we're solving for at the core, is this guesswork problem, helping marketers make more data-driven decisions more seamlessly. Now I mentioned the waste is multifaceted. The other big reason for this waste is the privacy landscape has experienced tectonic shifts in both the public and private sectors. So public sector, you have GDPR, CCPA, private sector, you have Apple's iOS 14 changes, third-party cookie deprecation. And so all of this data deprecation and signal loss really erodes ad and marketing targeting effectiveness. So targeting used to be a real lever you could pull. It's much less so now. And so creative, the content, becomes much more important, right? With targeting less effective. And then you add the AI revolution, and specifically generative AI, into the mix, and creative is where all the opportunity is right now. So this is our core thesis, is that creative is the biggest lever in digital advertising. We have validation here from people who really know what they're talking about, head of creative effectiveness at Google. It's the last unfair advantage. It's really the last way to differentiate in your marketing and ad campaigns. Our unique insight is that refreshing creative frequently is both critical and expensive. So to stay ahead of the curve, or to keep up as a brand or advertiser, you need to refresh your creative frequently, right? There's a new trend coming out every week on social media. You gotta stay ahead. And these big tech ad machines feed on new content. But the problem is it's hard, it's expensive, it's resource intensive. So this is where we come in. So Purposely is software that delivers AI insights and streamlined workflows to help media and creative strategists quickly understand what's working and then speed up new content processes. And it's all to help save time and increase revenue. We have a handful of case studies published on our website that demonstrate exactly these things. So our product closes the feedback loop between data and creative teams for performance content. Now, I mentioned multifaceted waste again. In addition to guesswork and privacy changes, the other big element of this waste, massive waste, is misaligned stakeholders, especially amongst data teams, creative teams. So we're all data people here, right? Data scientists. On that side, you have data scientists, analysts. On the other side, you have creative directors, designers, copywriters. But those two camps do not speak the same language, right? They're not on the same page, they make decisions differently, and they're not aligned. And so our product solves for this misalignment problem, getting everyone on the same page. The way it works is there's two main feature sets. The first is AI Insights. So that connects to an ad account like Meta Ads, and we're integrating other channels and building it to be channel agnostic such that we can support any type of content or any data source. So we ingest the historical data using computer vision, read the contents of the images and videos, and pull out top performing components. Same thing with the text copy using NLP. So for example, for a given brand or advertiser, the product will show that visuals with waterfront background or forest background perform 30% better. Human faces perform 70% better, and text copy with the words benefits or thoughtfully crafted perform 50% better, given a particular KPI like ROAS, which is return on ad spend, conversion rate, click-through rates, whatever the KPI is, we can support it. The second feature set is called concepting. There's a couple different flows, but the main one allows our users to simply click a few insight labels, such as skiing, as you can see here, and this is our concepting feature set, or your next adventure for text. click a few and use them as inputs into a generative model to automatically create new high-performing ad concepts. So there's a lot of tools in the analytics realm already, right? Google Analytics, Mixpanel on the left, many others that I'm sure you all use. There's also a lot of design tools, Canva, Figma, Adobe, but very few, if any, are at that intersection, right? So this is where we're operating, bringing the best of analytics and design using AI, and no one else is doing this in the way that we're doing it. Our grand vision is to fully bridge the gap between analytics and creative teams for data-driven content dev. Obviously, there's a massive opportunity in AI and marketing, and we're really confident that we can capture a big portion of that. So let's get into a quick product demo here. A few filters like KPI, date range, and then insight type. And we're actually going to start with hook text. So there's a number of these that I'll explain. But what we're looking at first is hook text, which is a text overlay. So the way this works is using a technology called OCR, which many of you are probably familiar with, optical character recognition, right? We're pulling the text out of the image or video into natural language and then correlating it with the performance of the KPI. We also have a nifty little time series chart here that shows basically the volume of ads and performance over time. So this is very helpful to just get a sense of kind of what hooks, which is in the first 3 seconds, are really resonating. Some other insights here are, we're looking at visual insights. This is powered by computer vision. We also have text insights broken down to noun, phrase, verb, headline, and then finally custom tagging. If you're not answering the questions you want, you can tag and slice and dice your ads however you want, and to quickly kind of pivot the data without having to download spreadsheets, run pivot tables, etc. And so for some visual insights, you can see at the top, Brick is performing well. So you can really get a sense for kind of what products are resonating and performing to validate what you may already know or not. Now, I want to just caveat and clarify, this is correlation, not causation, right? And so we're not claiming in this product that these insights are causation. It's really just causal inference to allow the marketers to get 80% of the way there so that the data scientists can focus on the bigger questions, and that marketing, when they do come to you for an RCT, randomized controlled trial, or multivariate tests, other types of robust testing, they have more informed perspectives and hypotheses on that, right? And so that they can come with data already and hypotheses so that they're not guessing and can focus really on the most important elements. So just a couple other examples here. Surfing, here's one where the computer vision can recognize all of the images and videos with surfing in it, performed a lot better, right, in terms of return on ad spend. And the way it works is it is scanning every frame of a video, so even if it's not in the first frame like this, it can still recognize that they're surfing in this video. And so, you know, this is quite impactful if you think about just this one insight alone. So last thing I'm going to show here is concepting. So this is all the insights tool, and there's a lot more in here. There's also an ad summary that gives you visual previews of top and bottom performing ads, as well as custom tagging that we didn't have really time to look at. But the concepting feature set, again, I mentioned this earlier, allows a number of things. So there's a couple different flows here. This one is Start with Insights. It allows you to upload an image library or a photo shoot and get an asset score back to kind of quickly pre-test and get a sense for how well something is likely to perform. You have an automated text overlay flow to kind of batch overlay different high-performing text elements over images. But the main one here is Start with Insights. And so the way this works is, again, you select your KPI and your date range, and it will fetch all the labels that we've been looking at in the Insights tool. So it will fetch visual labels and text labels, right? And so we simply can select one or multiple of these. We can specify our dimension and then click Generate. Now it'll take about 15 or 20 seconds to actually generate this. So in the interest of time, I'm just going to skip ahead. And this is what it will produce, right? I'll show you real quickly, like all the technical features, this year's signature series, two-way stretch construction, lightweight, breathable performance, right? Performs 63% better in terms of, again, return on ad spend. So that's for every dollar you spend, how much you're getting back. You're getting 6.6x dollars back for every dollar you spend. So all of this is, again, based on performance metrics to align the stakeholders and move faster together. Last thought I'll leave you with is create what works with Purposely.ai. Thank you.